we should have a lot of light from the liftoff. The Ariane, where she is now, is a little farther to the northwest than where we are here in Jupiter. She's up at what they call the CDL, right? Luca, that's a launch.
Well, she's up in on the launch pad, the LF3 launch pad, which is around 12 kilometers off from Jupiter, and it's controlled from the launch center by the COELS team, or the launch team. Now, this is the image of Jupiter, though.
Because there are several teams. This is the range operations manager. So-called because there are a lot of operations on the range, and the CDL is just one of them. We'll get back to that in a moment. But the Jupiter where we are is the real nerve center of the space base, where there are some 1,400 people scattered about doing different jobs, all sending their information in here to that DDO. And like I say, we'll get back with an explanation with Luca in just a minute.
À tous de DDO, attention pour la décompte finale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Image EAP. Tous les paramètres au bord sont normaux. Tous les paramètres propulsifs sont corrects.
Well, she has emerged from the clouds, and you can see the EAPs, those are the boosters burning, those are the two outer points of light, as Ariane roaring up towards her destination, pouring out each of those EAPs is 600 tons.
La trajectoire est normale.
DDO is saying that the trajectory is normal.
Well, each EAP is 31 meter high. They weigh 278 tons with 238 solid propellant, 540 tons of thrust at liftoff, and a maximum of 600 tons of thrust.
And that thrust is 90% of the total thrust at liftoff coming from those two boosters.
La trajectoire est normale.
Normal
Tous les paramètres sont normaux.
Everything fine on board, the DDO says. That's the boosters are 20 times the boosters on the Ariane 4. Now, Ariane is not coming back to she's not making a circle in the sky. This is the camera that is turning. She rises and then tilts over, makes what is in effect a 90-degree turn. Yeah?
That's right. Well, it has to clear the launch pad and the tower.
Tous les paramètres au bord sont normaux. La trajectoire est normale.
Then it will take the best optimized trajectory. It will turn so that it will optimize the radioelectric coverage so it can be able to send all the data back to Earth, and also to respect all the structural constraints that we'll have during flight.
750 tons of mass at liftoff, Ariane 5, making her way up after 2 minutes. The boosters should be burning out shortly, and with the weather being what it is, you'll be able to see that burnout.
Trajectoire normale, tous paramètres normaux.
And you'll see those boosters separate.
There we go.
And there we go.
This should be the burnout.
Séparation des EAP.
DDO has just called out the separation. You'll see that a little more clearly in a moment. You'll see them fall away.
Well, it's a wonderful evening. You can see very, very well. There we have the two spots on the side, which are the boosters separating, and the spot in the middle, which is the main cryogenic stage, continuing on its way.
And they are going to fall back into the Atlantic, aren't they?
That's right. They will fall back into the Atlantic. So here we have Mr. Mastracci. They are now getting close by. We have separation of Artemis, so they are looking at what's going to
Séparation
happen.
Artemis.
There's the separation of Artemis. The DDO has just announced.
Mesdames, Messieurs, après un vol.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. After a flight that went very well with the first stage and the propellant phase with the booster, we had a defect on the propellant from on the last stage, which means that we did not obtain the desired orbits for the satellites. And the satellites, which were supposed to be putting into orbits of 800 kilometers perigee and 36,000 kilometers apogee, we were able to obtain only 600 kilometers for perigee and 17,500 kilometers of apogee. We are doing all we can, of course, to try and recover the satellites and to see what kind of operations are possible to recover the satellites and to rectify this. I would like to express my deep regrets to our two customers for this operation, and I would like to assure them that we will do all we can to shed light on this affair as quickly as possible. We have, of course, already begun to analyze the different parameters and the information that we have been able to gather on the operation of the two stages. And we do believe that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we will be able to hold a press conference with our customers in order to be able to tell you of all the information that we've been able to analyze until then. Of course, before then, we will carry out all possible operations on the satellites to fulfill our mission, if that still remains a possibility. The next stage will therefore take place tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for a teleconference.